What is misinformation? What is disinformation? What are their differences, and why is it important to you, and why is it important to know about misinformation and disinformation? That is what we're going to talk about today. Let's start with the definitions first. Misinformation is false or misleading information spread as fact, but unintentionally. While its counterpart, disinformation, is information that is false or misleading, but it is spread intentionally. A great example of misinformation actually happened to me last week, and I'm sure a lot of you can actually relate. I was scrolling on Instagram, as one does, and I saw a fun fact post about how calico cats, all of them are female. And I found this fact to be quite interesting. So without doing any research whatsoever to see if this is true, I spread this information, this misinformation. I right away went to my sister, who owns a calico cat, and told her this misinformation, that all calico cats are female. While this example of misinformation is not extremely severe, it just shows how easily misinformation can be spread. Although I'd considered myself a media literate person, I still accidentally spread misinformation without even trying to, which is why it's called misinformation and not disinformation. An example of disinformation would be maybe your coworker or your classmate, Betty, let's call her, is spreading a rumor about you, saying that you have cheated on your boyfriend. While Betty knows this is not true and that you are, in fact, loyal to your boyfriend, she still continues to spread this information. This would be disinformation because she is spreading this information falsely, knowing that it is false information. Now, what is so important about misinformation and disinformation? How does it affect us? Well, as you can see in the examples I gave, misinformation and disinformation, the spread of it, causes false information spread. It causes people to believe things that are not true, whether that's intentional or not intentional, but it's still happening. And what happens when people believe stuff that isn't true? They make uninformed decisions. A good example of this would be maybe you're scrolling on Facebook. There's an upcoming election and you're not even thinking much about it, but then you see a post about the official that you're wanting to elect, so the one that you want to vote for. You see that this official hates babies. Somebody online is saying they hate babies and you love babies. Why would you want to vote for somebody that hates babies? So you know what you do? You decide to no longer vote for him. This happens a lot more often than you think, people making decisions based on the misinformation that you receive. And this is why it's so important to know what misinformation and disinformation is, so we can make better informed decisions and educate ourselves on how to become more media literate so we don't face this problem.